Can't believe I got it and it flew off. Oh well. So, been out with a slingshot today, and I haven't been particularly successful. I've had a few opportunities, but yeah. Oh, I did get the that one shot on the wood pigeon. It didn't really pay off. It hit its back with a flurry of feathers. I thought it were going to be out for the count, but no, it just flew off. So I obviously just hit the back of the pigeon. Pigeons are pretty tough birds, so you know you do need a headshot like anything else, and that's all you want is a headshot anyway, because you don't want to, you know, you are intentionally harming the animal, but you don't want it to suffer. But what if you were out here and you were lost, and you did have a slingshot, and you know you weren't having a successful time of it, like I haven't today? Well, you know, there's other things you could do to help, and I'm going to show you one of those things, and it's how to set up like a couple of basic snares that would increase your chances of getting some sort of food, and but still always have this at hand in case an opportunity arises. So, on my bag, I've got this toggle here. Now, it should pull off if I get this in here. It will just pop out, all being well. There we go. This is, I mean, I normally carry extra bit of paracord with me. Just pop that there for now. But this is just in case of emergency. And if I untangle all this, which will take me, you know, a few minutes, but you'll see how much cord I've got wrapped up here. Right, so I've got a good 2.5 feet there, I think, and that should be enough. I mean, if you don't have this, you could use a bit of bootlace or guide rope, even if you know, from a tent or your tarp. But yes, this is primarily what we're going to use. I've got a couple of little bits of paracord. They're about like that, but I'll show you what we're going to do now. Right, so there's a log here that runs down, and there is an animal trail that comes around this way. But let's just assume that, you know, the trail happens to be running along this way, this log. Now, you've got an ideal aid here, which is this holly, and it's got quite a bit of spring to it. But it needs a bit of preparation first. if I'd have left all those branches on, they would have acted like a dampener against the air, so you wouldn't get as much whip back as without it. So that's step one. Now the other thing you're going to want is a peg. So all I'm going to do for this is about here. I'm just going to cut about halfway in, and then with my knife I'm just going to hold that there, and I'm just going to trim that down to make a notch. But it's got to be substantially enough that it's got to take the weight or the tension from the branch. So that's that part. Right. So we want to put the second bit of a notch, about an inch. And about a third of the way down for this one. There we go. Should be enough. They're designed to lock together like that. Right, so the only other thing I've done is just put a point on. So at this point what you want to do is just bend your stick down just to find roughly where you want to be, and I think I want to be about here. And that's where the peg's going to go. Right, I had to make a few alterations. Managed to find the brightly coloured paracord for this. It was actually in my pocket. I had to make another peg. So all I've done is tied one end to this branch, the other goes to the peg or trigger stick, and then there's another bit here with a self-tightening loop on the end there. So you have to be quite delicate with this on where the actual there. So we've got our loop. That we're going to set here, and all we need is a little stick just to hold just gently to hold that end. Right, so once your trigger is set and held in place, you want to be really gentle at this point, and it's just a case of getting a couple of little twigs. You just want to get them positioned just sort of right, just to hold that noose open. Sort of like that. You can play around with it a little bit. Essentially, I mean, you might even want to get another little bit. So I can do it with this. That bit there, and that just holds that down. And then if you just get loads of sticks and make a V here, so then when, for the sake of for demonstration, my hands are going to be like a rabbit. So the rabbit will come along, get hooked into the noose, struggle around, and then eventually it'll pull the trigger, and that is holding really tight, and all it has to do is just lift it off its front legs. Okay, so that's one way of setting a snare up, trigger snare. In my opinion, if you're going to use things like a bootlace or paracord, or even something, you know, like the guideline off your tent, using a spring mechanism like from that branch, from the holly branch, is a much better way, because it will lift the animal off at least off its front legs, if not into the air, preventing it from being able to chew through the cord and escaping. And that's the last thing you want if you're in a survival situation, is not only your lunch running away, but also it running away with quite a bit of your either bootlace or paracord. You can use things like wire, which would be better. You know, you don't have to have a spring mechanism with that, but not everyone carries around wire with them. And I'll stress that I would only ever use this in a survival situation, this technique. I don't particularly agree with trapping for anything other than survival. I know people do go out there and they do it. You know, that's up to them, they've got their reasons, fair enough, I'm not going to argue with that. So yeah, if you're in a survival situation, like I said, and you haven't got a slingshot, or even if you couldn't find sufficient ammunition, because you might be in an area where you can't even pick up stones, you know, they're going to be the right size, and generally stones tend to be extremely inaccurate, because they have to be really symmetrical in order for them to fire in a straight direction. But just quickly, I am now selling some slingshots like this one, naturally made. I've got a load of forks that I've now been seasoning, and they will come with either single or double band sets. If you just want the band set and you didn't want the fork and you wanted to go out and make your own fork, that's fine, because I'll be selling the band sets as well, double and single. 20mm wide, 200mm long, ferroband gold. It's got the maximum, power that you can get, and they are available on my website with a load of other stuff like birch bark. You know, if you're in another place of the world that you can't get birch bark or amadou, different tinders, I'm happy to send them out to you. You know, they're there on the website. All the prices include, there's like a drop down menu on everything that will include postage and packaging, and it all goes through PayPal. Simple. I try to do it as easy as I could. So yeah, and what else? Just check out the website. You know, there's you can even come out with me. I'm doing some bushcraft walks, which start next month. So that's pretty much all I've got time for today. I'm losing the light and battery on my camera. That's probably why I'm talking so fast and trying not to waffle, which I'm still doing anyway. Sorry, I have a habit. So thanks to everyone who has subscribed, liked. I hope you enjoyed the video and hope you've learned something. And you know, if you ended up, you know, in the wild, lost, that, you know, that's something that might get, you know, help. So yeah. Anyway, bye for now, and I'll see you in the next video.